All things in the universe are flowing in circulation at an ever-expanding rate. It is the law of circulation. If blood doesn't flow, it will clot. If water doesn't flow, it stagnates. If ideas are not spread, they die. For law of circulation to operate, giving and receiving are the two aspects of this process. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. Energy can only be transformed. Energy must flow. It must circulate. Giving and receiving are the two ends of a line. You have to partake in both, and then it becomes a circle of abundance, of richness, of prosperity. Words like affluence or currency have always pointed to this law. Affluence comes from the Latin word which means plentiful flowing. The word currency has a similar etymology. It means condition of flowing. Just like when water is flowing and moving, it cleanses, it purifies, it makes things green, it creates growth, it nurtures. But when water starts to slow down, is held back, and starts to be still, it can be toxic. In the same way, energy needs to be in circulation. It needs to flow all over the planet, and everywhere it goes, it's useful, it makes things happen, and it's passed along. The law of giving and receiving applies to everything in the universe, including money. For some reason, people are either unaware of this or hesitate to apply this law. They operate from a scarcity mindset. I will only give if I get something first. You have to smile first before the mirror can smile back. It always starts with you. This universe is a reflection of what energy you are giving. It's cause and effect, but the cause comes before the effect. When we give, we become part of something that's bigger than ourselves. When you study the law of giving and receiving, then it must be stated that you have to give willingly and receive graciously. Intention in giving and receiving is everything. Number 1, give willingly. If you want respect, you must give respect first. If you want love, give love first. If you want compliment, genuinely appreciate others. If you want money, give money first. Doesn't have to be a lot. Even if it's $1, give it with love. Give it willingly. It's not the amount. It's always the intention. Is it coming from love, or are you giving it grudgingly? If you want to receive good, you have to give good. You don't have to get something before you can give. I don't have anything to give, so first give me something. This is a mentality of lack. We all have something that we can give. Give what you have. Money, your time or energy, your support, a hug, a smile, a good thought for someone. Another thing to remember about this law of what goes around comes around is that it's not necessarily from the same source. That's the beauty of it. It can come from multiple channels and in multiple ways. If you're using this law just from the expectation of immediate benefit, it probably won't work. When you give from ego, part of its programming is to immediately expect the same in return. I gave her a compliment, she should compliment me back. It doesn't really work like that. If you give to someone, you may get back from someone else. There is no need to be concerned about getting back from that person that you gave to. With giving and receiving, it doesn't have to be from the same person. If someone has helped you, thank them. And if they don't need your help in return, help someone else. Pass it along. It's not a trade, it's a flow. For billions of years, the amount of water circulating and recycling on our planet Earth has remained the same. The oceans provide water to air, helping form clouds, which in turn provides water to the ocean in the form of rain. Energy changes form in different stages, the water into moisture, then into clouds, and into water again. But the circulation, the flow, goes on. When you give with love, you will receive abundantly. Might be from a different person and in a different kind, but you will prosper as long as you partake in this law gratefully. When it comes to money, people say, I don't have enough money to give. You can start with some, doesn't have to be a lot. A good practice is to set a certain percent of your income that you will give to a worthy cause. If you find it mentally hard to part with $10 out of 100, imagine how hard it will be for you to give 100,000 when you're earning $1 million. Give small but frequently rather than big but seldom. It's always nicer when it rains regularly and the crops get nourishment rather than excessive rain in one go. Create a flow, not a flood. Number 2, receive graciously. There cannot be a giver without a receiver. When you receive graciously, you're also giving the pleasure to the person who is giving to you. If you don't have any use for what they're offering, pass it along, but receive it with love. Intention in receiving is equally important. It is possible to be a great giver and a lousy receiver. They may think, I have a lot and they don't. I must be taking something from them. There is enough for everyone in the world, including yourself. Do you give to yourself? Do you enjoy some of your money on yourself? When someone compliments you, receive that compliment graciously. Don't put a disclaimer on it or downplay it. Don't say, oh, it's nothing. It is something. They are appreciating something in you. Don't deny them the pleasure of giving. Instead, say graciously, thank you. Accept it with love and gratitude. Keep the flow going. There is a difference between receiving and taking. Taking comes from a scarcity mindset, a sort of trade-off. It's seeing things from a perspective of lack. There's not enough, so I must take it, otherwise someone else will. Receiving comes from an abundant mentality. There's plenty for everyone, and therefore there's plenty for me. When there's sunshine for all. I don't have to keep my neighbor in the shade so I can have more of it. Giving and receiving is like opening a channel, and when you do both, abundance and prosperity is created for everyone, including you. There is prosperity and abundance everywhere, but you have to participate in it by giving willingly and receiving graciously. Universe has given us so much, you can never outgive it. It gave you the body the moment you were born. It gave you breath, but it's your job to breathe in and out. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. Mother Teresa. Thank you and namaste. This is Niko on the Moon.